and welcome to TQ Talks, where we talk taxes and tax-free living 365. Here are your hosts, Craig White, Sebastian Singh, and Patrick Augustin.
Man, so
we're back.
Yeah, podcasts are awesome. It's cool to see so many people doing a podcast and actually dropping information. Some are horrible, but some are really good. I was listening to a couple the other day. Shout out to T.I.
Yeah, and I don't want to give the horrible ones credit, but I'm also kind of okay with that, because if we don't see people making mistakes, if we don't make mistakes ourselves, just as humans, we don't learn, we don't grow.
Yeah, and I don't mean bad like the recording. I mean bad like
information.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Right. But even with that, right, as we tell our clients and anybody watching this, please check, fact check. Yeah. Don't take our word or anybody else's word just off the string. But anyway, we're getting into
savings.
What we're gonna do with our money? Can we just save
sucks. It? That's what you said, and I figured that's like an awesome podcast.
Well, that's what Mom said, right? And she's an amazing. If y'all ever met my mother, she's phenomenal.
Saving sucks.
Yeah. So back in the days.
Yeah, that's the good way to do it. Yeah, when I was a kid, I'm not a kid anymore.
Right, exactly. The objective was just to earn money, spend as little as you can, save the rest, and that was the end of our statement.
Yeah, because saving was all it was. It was there we go again, intentionality, right? That word we love.
But you go ahead.
You're saving. That was it. It's like you gotta have the money, put the money in the bank, throw it in there. It's gonna gain some interest, and you'll be rich.
And maybe not rich. They wanted you to be stable.
Yes.
They wanted you to have something to fall back on.
Yes.
And the banks at that time, well, at least my parents were coming up, they were giving a little more. They're getting 2%, 3% maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And now it's at, 0.25%?
Not even. That's
you
too
know
much.
What I mean?
Doing too much.
And that's fully online. Yeah. So saving sucks. We're going to get right into that.
Yeah.
What should we do if we're not saving?
Well, I mean, before we get into what we do, I think the biggest part to understand is the generational changes and what has happened between, I don't know the things, but Generation X, Y, Millennial, all this stuff.
I don't know any of them.
I
don't even know who I am.
Yeah, I think you're a Millennial.
Which one I am? I think you're saying that.
I think you fall right on the edge.
You don't want me to be in your generation?
No, I'm serious. I think you fall right on that cusp. Pat and I always talk about that. And it's crazy because it's like getting into, we're like so all over the place. But horoscopes, But when you read how the people react, and I know it's based on like some real good information, it's crazy how it really does, generally speaking, fall into those categories.
I definitely do not understand it.
You don't have to. You just got to read. Virgos are this way, and
I fully agree with
Pisces and whoever. Yeah, and it's
Sages,
true.
We're phenomenal humans.
So that's how it was in our generation. My father. We talk about our parents and do personal, but he was that Money Magazine guy.
Yep.
Let's save, and he definitely, because of that, because of the information, jumped into investing wholeheartedly. But before that...
But in the traditional ways.
No, in 401k.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're saying because he was reading Money Magazine.
Yeah, he changed that. He shifted from I'm going to pile all my money into the bank and hope that makes me money. And instead, it was like, nah. And I'm watching it.
I think for us, I would be your father at this point. When it comes to my parents didn't do that. My parents bought bonds.
Oh wow!
Which I made like $1 on in 18 years. Which God bless them, right? Like it's what they knew, it's what they were told, and they tried really hard to do it. Yeah. So pops did that, and then mom just a ton of savings, and you couldn't have one savings account. She wanted you to have like 3 or 4, and I was like, all right. Well,
So the question becomes,
is there a better way?
Well, can you become rich from saving?
No.
Right?
No.
Not at all, right?
No.
Right.
How? How can you? So back to our percentages, you're not growing your money as quickly as inflation's going. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to get into
what inflation is.
Not even just...
Inflation is fake according to RC Law Group and a lot of people. And it's true. It really is. It's bull. But it's true. It's there.
Right, but
regardless.
But also, it doesn't matter what percentage it is, right?
It's
I don't care...
9.
You're
at the date
that,
of this recording.
Exactly, right. Like, we're going to date ourselves with that, but I don't care what it is. At 2%, we're losing. At 1% of inflation, which hasn't happened in, ever, we're losing. You know what I mean? So...
Yeah.
savings is not going to get us where we need to go.
Right. Yeah, and that's the bottom line is to do the math to help everybody. If inflation is at 8%, 9%, whatever it is, and we'll be nice. Your money market, that's what we're going to tell you, throw your money and stuff like that if you're really going to just leave it somewhere, is giving you 2%, then you're still negative.
You're already negative 6.
Right,
man.
you're negative 6.
It's so hard to catch up. Yeah,
you're losing
it's
money.
so hard to catch up.
And we'll repeat it. You're gaining 2%. Inflation's eating at 8%, right? We got the little alligator thing you used to do in school.
The world, yeah. It opens to the larger.
Is that
number.
what it is? I never, guys. It's so annoying. First of all, why is that even something? Because you don't freaking use it in life.
Yeah, you do.
When do you use that in a business?
What do you mean?
I write that down when I do equations for clients. You do? I see that.
No, but it's conceptual, right?
No,
it's exactly what we're checking out. You just did it right there. You said.
What are you talking about?
Savings has the smaller savings over here.
Stop.
Inflation
Stop.
over here.
I never write an alligator or anything. You're a gator, so naturally you're gonna want that garbage.
Won yesterday, but not only
Utah,
that,
you suck.
Listen, I'm trying. Look, never mind. It's not a gator head. You got to read it. Lesser than, greater than.
No one talks like
that.
No one uses that.
All right.
Use the word, not that.
All right,
in other words, I don't need to teach my son a gator for him to know which is larger and which is small. Get out. Anyway, the point is, inflation is big. And it eats up, it destroys the small gains that you're getting. But that's anything.
Inflation is greater than savings.
The bottom line is you don't need to be a rocket scientist or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever to understand that as your money's growing at a smaller rate than inflation is eating, right, that you're losing money. So if your thought is that, shame on me, saving is going to gain or give you the ability to gain wealth, it's almost impossible. You can't get rich because you're always losing money.
Right.
So even if you're making $100 million a year,
you're paying into who knows what system, right?
Yes.
Just to kind of try to keep afloat.
Right.
I'd like to step back though. Mm-hmm. We always say we try to get our clients and line them up for their goals. Mm-hmm. So if the goal is wealth, savings is kaputs.
Right, but that's all it is. I mean, we're not telling you shouldn't save. By no means. You have to do, if you really follow the guidelines, you're going to have to save money so you have money for your bills, for, God knows that has shifted a million times. 3 months to 6 months if you're W-2, 6 months to a year if you were self-employed. Yeah. But guys, it shows that money can go away in a heartbeat. Quickly. We're not going to talk about long-term care. We're not going to talk about life. That's not it, but you should have some form of savings. You should have it.
The point is, right?
Don't have it in a regular bank. At least if we're going to do savings, end of story, you can't become rich, but you should at least have it. I know you're not happy with your bond.
Right.
I know you're not happy with your bond, but you should have it in certain things. Almost all, the government definitely uses bonds as a leveraging tool, right? To back themselves up for the 1 or 2% gain it's going to give them. And then you should be thinking about CDs, money markets.
And you always want to let's not negate having liquid assets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so even though we're talking about bonds and CDs and putting your money investing in and all that stuff, make sure you have a way to grab some cash.
But that's why money.
See what's happening.
But that's why money market is there. So in other words, when we talk and we're saying why, I don't want to BOA, Truist, all these other banks, whatever. If you're going to put the money there, or if you're going to put it in, don't put it there, because when you put it there, it ends up not yielding you as much. So you're going to lose more money, bottom line, than you would be in money market. And money market banks, you can look them up: Ally, Capital One, Goldman Sachs, which is what Marcus. All those things they give you, there's a bunch of them. You still have the ability to gain. You're just gaining at a higher rate, right? You're still losing, but it's better than leaving it in a crappy bank that's not going to give you anything. You still have full access to anything. You transfer money, you can pay bills, they give you a check, all of those things. But know this, a lot of us don't even know that exists, and that's like basics of basics of basics.
Exactly. Right. And what we always tell our clients also is don't get married to any bank.
Yeah, it don't matter. You should
check
even
it out.
Black-owned banks, whatever the case is, a lot. Shout out to Greenwood.
And they'll shout out to Greenwood. Please shout out to Greenwood.
Killer Mike.
But yeah, just make sure you're getting the best for you. So if a new promotion comes up or something like that, read it at least. Entertain the idea of a better idea of what's happening.
Right. But definitely, the bottom line on this one, guys, and we don't have to take forever, you're not going to become rich by saving. You have to get rich by investing.
It has to flip.
It has to
flip.
Yeah,
and it has to do better. For you to earn money on it, of course, you have to do better
you gotta
than
beat inflation. You got to. It doesn't matter.
And that's what it comes down to.
If you're trying to figure out how, guys, again, in this day and age, real estate's been there from the beginning of time.
Forever.
It's not going to change.
And we'll do a whole nother one on that. But if you
real
can,
estate,
definitely always.
All your other investments, stocks, huge. You got people doing trading like a madman.
Day trading, yep.
Forexing and all those things. I'm not saying they're good things to do. I'm just saying those are things that give you a higher return on investment, a much higher return on investment, and that's what you need to be paying attention to. Again, like Sebastian continues to echo, make sure you have that cushion somewhere, right? Make sure you have the ability to grab it, but again, you have options that are better than the regular bank, and then be throwing money into other assets that are giving you a greater return on investment.
If that's the only way we're going to get to a better place as a community.
Yep. All right. Hope that helps, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you on the next one.
Thank you for listening to TQ Talks. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and recommend on iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information at kikufinancials.com.